Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are, or at least I'm excited because we're outside again. I just like being outside and reading. And as you can see, the sun is shining so brightly on us. And right behind us, right here, this is the Hare Krishna tree. Not that,
No.
and not that.
No.
So thick as a tree, but as a tree, and that, and this is the Hare Krishna tree with these different branches here, like that.
Yeah, that's very auspicious, isn't it?
Yes. In between us is the Hare Krishna tree.
I just realised that the logo for my secondary school was that image there of the branches and the tree branches coming out.
It was a sign from God.
Yeah, Burntwood Secondary School, shout out to you.
Okay, we're here to read Bhagavatam, not make silly jokes. Sorry.
Canto 4, chapter 24, text 11.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 11. Just sitting here. Maharaj Bahisat, henceforth.
It's actually an S with a dot under it, so it's Bahishat.
It depends where you come from, isn't it? Maharaj Bahisat, henceforth known as Prachina Bahi, so he changed his name anyway. Was ordered by
It's
the...
Prachini Bahishat.
It ain't.
That is, you watch later, it'll be Prachini
But
Bahishat.
here it isn't.
It's Bahishat and Prachini.
No,
Prachini
Prachini
Bahi.
was ordered by the supreme demigod Brahma to marry the daughter of the ocean. And such a druti.
There's a line above the S, that's a sha.
Those sort of people annoy you, isn't it?
Those sort of people help you.
Her bodily features were completely beautiful and she was very young.
Boy, Mike.
She was decorated with the proper garments and when she came into the marriage arena and began circumambulating it, the fire god Agni became so attracted to her that he desired her company exactly as he had formerly desired to enjoy Sukhi. Oh. In this verse, the word Shushtalankitam is significant. According to the Vedic system, when a girl is married, she is very profusely and gorgeously decorated with costly saris and jewelry. And during the marriage ceremony, the bride circumambulates the bridegroom 7 times.
Just see. I've said that loads, they say, no, it's not true.
After this, the bridegroom and bride look at one another and become attracted for life. When the bridegroom finds the bride very beautiful, the attraction between them immediately becomes very strongly fixed. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, men and women are naturally attracted to one another, and when they are united by marriage, that attraction becomes very strong. Being so strongly attracted, the bridegroom attempts to set up a nice homestead and eventually a good field for producing grains. Then children come, then friends, and then wealth. In this way, the male becomes more and more entangled in the material conceptions of life, and he begins to think, this is mine, and it is I who am acting. In this way, the illusion of material existence is perpetuated. And that's all because he got married and looked at his bride. For both of them, the troubles begin.
That's in the Bhaktivedanta, the Bhava Bhakti purports. So half a paragraph, half a purport. Is that it? Anyway, I think there's a lot in there, myself personally. Especially culturally, for weddings as a priest. I think that this is really, I might have to highlight it. And,
quote it.
yeah.
Like, comment, and share.
So, because it is mentioned here about the circumambulation. I know I've mentioned that some people say, oh, I've never heard of that. But of course it's not done so much, mainly because these days people just want to get the wedding over with as quickly as possible, at least the priest part. But yeah, they would come in, she would circumambulate 7 times, and then then after that they would do the, what's it called? The first darshan? Shubh darshan, which is the first darshan, first time they would see each other, because Vedically, traditionally, that might be the first time they saw each other, actually. And then the idea is that they look into each other's eyes and they fall deeply, madly in love with one another. And of course they become entangled. The whole idea of the wedding ceremony, called tying the knot, is that they actually do tie themselves in knots so that they stay together. But as Gaudiyas, as devotees, we understand that this is not necessarily a bad thing, but this is part of the process for connecting with someone so that you can somehow try to, of course, enjoy the material energy and the material nature, but ultimately, as Srila Prabhupada explained, it's that you help one another to try to become free. So although you're tied up, there's 2 of you, and if one of you can become untied, they can untie the other. So I'm counting on you. So like that. So that's kind of an interesting thing. And then, of course, this thing, then children come, then friends, then wealth. I thought that was interesting. Because usually, especially in the modern day, people want wealth and friends first, and then if they get wealth, they think they'll have friends, and if they get friends, then afterwards they can have children. But actually, the marital kind of custom is that, of course, you have children, and then slowly, that's dharma, and from dharma comes artha. So, like that. Okay, the next paragraph. The words Shukem Iva are also significant. For the fire god Agni became attracted by the beauty of Shatadruti while she was circumambulating the bridegroom Prachini Barhi, just as he had previously been attracted to the beauty of Shuki, the wife of Saptarishi. When the fire god had been present long ago at the assembly of the Saptarishi, he was attracted by the beauty of Shuki when she was circumambulating in the same way. Agni's wife, named Swaha, took the form of Shuki and enjoyed sex life with Agni. Not only the fire god Agni, but the heavenly god Indra, and sometimes even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, all very highly situated demigods, are subject to being attracted by sex at any time. The sex drive is so strong in the living entities that the whole material world is running on sex attraction only. And it is due to sex attraction that one remains in the material world and is obliged to accept different types of bodies. The attraction of sex life is more clearly explained in the next verse. Right, we got something to look forward to. So this is, heavy energy. I guess we all have to assess ourselves. But I was a little confused and might have to read this again, this whole thing about Satadruti and Shuki. When the fire god had been present, he was attracted, and Shuki, she took the form, Agni's wife Swaha took the form of Shuki and enjoyed sex life with Agni. So that's a little confusing. It sounds like Agni's wife satisfied Agni by pretending to be Shuki. So it wasn't actually Shuki that he engaged with, it was his wife doing a bit of pretend. So like that. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff. Hop along,
well.
little doggy. Okay.
Can you move it, please? Such a dream.
Screen's like that far from her hand. I mean, you know, but there you go.
Well, such a dream.
The Duchess.
Was thus being married, the demons, the denizens of Gandharva Loka, the great sages, and the denizens of Siddha Loka, the earthly planets and Naga Loka, although highly exalted, were all captivated by the twinkling of her ankle bells.
I mean, she must have been like amazingly beautiful.
Or they just weren't sensitive.
I mean, it's everybody from the top planets down to the lowest planet.
But that's how
everybody.
It is. Yeah, but they're not like Vaishnavas dancing Krishna. All the other saints are the same. Well, generally, a woman becomes more beautiful when after an early marriage she gives birth to a child. To give birth to a child is a natural function for a woman. And therefore, a woman becomes more and more beautiful as she gives birth to one child after another. In the case of such a beauty, however, she was so beautiful. In the case of such a beauty, however, she was so beautiful that she attracted the whole universe at her marriage ceremony. Indeed, she attracted all the learned and exalted demigods simply by the tinkling of her ankle bells. This indicates that all the demigods wanted to see her beauty completely, but they were not able to see it because she was fully dressed and covered with ornaments. Since they could only see the feet of such a beauty, they became attracted by her ankle bells, which tinkled as she walked. In other words, the demigods became captivated by her simply by hearing the tinkling of her ankle bells. They did not have to see her complete beauty. It is sometimes understood that a person becomes lusty just by hearing the tinkling of bangles on the hands of a woman, or the tinkling of ankle bells, or just by seeing a woman's sari. Thus it is concluded that woman is the complete representation of Maya. Although Vishwamitra Muni was engaged in practicing mystic yoga with closed eyes, his transcendental meditation was broken when he heard the tinkling of bangles on the hands of Menaka. In this way, Vishwamitra Muni became a victim of Menaka and fathered a child who is universally celebrated as Shakuntala. The conclusion is that no one can save himself. The conclusion is that no one can save himself from the attraction of woman, even though he be an exalted demigod or an inhabitant of the higher planets. Only a devotee of the Lord who is attracted by Krishna, as I said, can escape the rules of women. Once one is attracted by Krishna, the illusionary energy of the world cannot attract him. That's just what I said, didn't I? That all these personalities, whether it's this planet, that planet, this one, that one, left, right, upside down, inside out, that's what one expects because they're going there, they're there for sense gratification. But those spirit souls that are with Krishna and Krishna Loka, they already attained the topmost beauty and attraction, so they're not going to be bothered by some rusty tinkling bells, you know? Because they can hear the tinkling bells of Srimad Bhagavatam and the gopis and the cows, and it's all good. There you go.
Except it happens.
Okay.
Reality.
Reality, what? Have you got an example? Is it too controversial?
No, it happens to so many people. Lord Brahma got attached to.
Was he in Krishna Loka?
Well, that's a big debate, but you know, in one's understanding, we were all in Krishna Loka. And
now
we
he's going around the houses.
Nobody's going around any houses.
We were all with the Lord. We know that. But you weren't.
Yeah, but now you're here. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
So my point is
Why?
that when you're here outside of Krishna
Why?
Loka, you will be subjected to.
That's what it's
bells.
talking about. I mean, it's all nice for you to say, yeah, well, if you weren't attracted, you wouldn't be attracted.
No. I'm answering your original question because you said, yeah, but it's all of them, all the different planets. And I said, yeah, it is.
All the different planets.
Everyone outside of Krishna Loka. Feel free to rewind this recording if you want to.
Yes, I get that. You're correct.
Yes.
But even those in Krishna Loka become attached. That's why they wind up in, Maha Maya Loka.
Yeah, once you had a taste of it once, you ain't coming back, that's for sure.
Once you had a taste of what once?
Maha Loka.
Like the material world. Okay. I think the sun and being outside is going to, I would say our head, but it might be her head.
Yes.
We're going to read one more, text 13. King Prachini Barhi begot 10 children in the womb of Shatadruti. All of them were equally endowed with religiosity, and all of them were known as the Prachetas. Why is that? Let's see. Purport: the word Dharmasnataha is significant, for the 10 children were all merged in the practice of religion. In addition, they possessed all good qualities. One is supposed to be perfect when one is perfectly religious, perfect in the execution of one's vows to render devotional service, perfect in knowledge, perfect in good behavior, and so on. All the Prachetas were on the same level of perfection. So, how many of them were there? Correct. So 10. I know, I couldn't remember if it was 11 or 10. But yeah, so 10, 10 sons, all superbly endowed. They were known as the Prachetas. Doesn't say why they were called the Prachetas.
It's coming in the next one.
But like that. And yeah, so if we're perfectly religious, then when one is perfectly religious, becomes perfect in the execution of one's vows, renders devotional service and knowledge, becomes perfect in good behavior, and so on. So all the Prachetas were on the same level of perfection. Okay. Anyway, interesting section going into the pastime of the Prachetas. So thank you all very much for tuning in. We wish you all the best. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.